Before we dive into the absolute masterpiece that is the Bugatti Tourbillon, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the most insane automotive content. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one because what Bugatti has created is nothing short of revolutionary. We're talking about a hypercar that pushes every boundary imaginable, combining cutting-edge technology with old-school passion in ways that will blow your mind. This isn't just another car review. This is a deep dive into what might be the most significant hypercar of the decade. Now let's get into it. The Bugatti Tourbillon has arrived, and it's rewriting everything we thought we knew about hypercars. This isn't just another limited edition speed machine from the French manufacturer. It's a complete reimagining of what a Bugatti can be in the modern age. This is Bugatti's answer to the future. A car that somehow manages to honor the legendary W16 era that brought us the Veyron and Chiron while pushing the boundaries into electrified territory with technology that feels like it came from another planet. When Bugatti revealed this beast to the world, the automotive community collectively lost its mind, and for good reason. This car represents the end of one era and the beginning of another, a moment in an automotive history that we'll be talking about for decades to come. The name itself, Tourbillon, tells you everything about Bugatti's philosophy with this car, referencing one of the most complex and beautiful complications in haute horlogerie, which perfectly captures the mechanical artistry on display here. Let's talk about what's hiding under that sculpted body, because this is where things get truly insane. The Tourbillon features an all-new 8.3-liter, naturally aspirated V16 engine that revs to an absolutely mind-bending 9,000 RPM, producing a sound that will make the hair on your arms stand up. Yes, you heard that right. A V16 that screams like a Formula One car from the golden era, delivering an auditory experience that no turbocharged engine could ever match. But Bugatti didn't stop there, because they knew that while emotion is important, the future demands more. They've paired this combustion masterpiece with 3 electric motors, creating a hybrid powertrain that produces a combined output of 10 horsepower, which is more power than most people can even comprehend. This thing isn't just powerful, it's borderline supernatural, delivering thrust that feels more like a fighter jet than a road car. The engineering team spent years developing this powertrain, ensuring that the electric motors complement rather than compromise the character of that glorious V16 engine. The result is a powertrain that delivers instant electric torque at low speeds while building to that screaming, naturally aspirated crescendo at high RPMs. The performance figures are exactly what you'd expect from a car, wearing the Bugatti badge, and they're absolutely bonkers. We're looking at a 0 to 60 time of around 2 seconds, which means you'll hit highway speeds before your brain can even process what's happening. The quarter mile disappears in under 9 seconds, and the top speed is claimed to exceed 276 miles per hour, putting it firmly in the territory of the fastest production cars ever built. To put that in perspective, you could be cruising comfortably on the highway at 70 miles per hour and then accelerate to speeds that most cars can't even dream of reaching, all while sitting in air-conditioned luxury. The Tourbillon isn't just fast in the traditional sense, it's physics-defying, utilizing every advanced technology available to put power down with maximum efficiency. The all-wheel drive system, the aerodynamics, the tire technology, everything works together to achieve numbers that seemed impossible just a few years ago. The hybrid system provides torque vectoring capabilities that allow the car to rotate through corners with supernatural precision, while the massive carbon ceramic brakes can haul the car down from triple-digit speeds repeatedly without fade. Now, the design is where Bugatti really shows off its artistic side, because this isn't just engineering, it's sculpture. The Tourbillon takes inspiration from the brand's coach-building heritage, reaching back to the golden age of automotive design while incorporating modern aerodynamic principles that make it slice through the air with minimal resistance. Every curve, every vent, every surface serves a purpose, whether that's managing airflow, generating downforce, or simply making your jaw drop when you see it in person. The iconic horseshoe grille is there as front and center, but it's been reimagined for this new era. Larger and more aggressive than ever before. The side profile is impossibly low and wide, giving it that planted, aggressive stance that makes you stop and stare, while the rear end features lighting elements that look like they were carved from solid crystal. The doors open in a dramatic dihedral fashion, adding theater to every entrance and exit. Because Bugatti understands that owning a car like this is about the complete experience, not just the performance. The exterior design also incorporates active aerodynamic elements that deploy at speed, transforming the car's shape to optimize for either maximum downforce or minimum drag, depending on what the driving situation demands. Step inside and you'll find an interior that's more like a piece of Swiss watchmaking than a car cabin, showcasing a level of craftsmanship that borders on the obsessive. In fact, the name Tourbillon comes from a high-end watch complication, and that attention to mechanical artistry is evident everywhere you look. From the dashboard to the door panels, the instrument cluster is entirely analog, featuring over 600 individual components machined from materials like titanium and sapphire crystal, each piece assembled by hand with tolerances measured in microns. There's not a digital screen in sight for the primary gauges, which is a bold and intentional statement in today's tech-saturated world where every car seems to be racing toward becoming a smartphone on wheels. Bugatti wanted to create something timeless, something that wouldn't look dated in 20 or 30 years, and they've absolutely succeeded. The speedometer, tachometer, and other gauges are fixed to the steering column, so they move with the wheel, ensuring perfect visibility regardless of your steering input. The center console houses a display screen that rises from the dashboard when needed for navigation or vehicle settings, but it's carefully integrated, so it doesn't detract from the analog beauty of the rest of the cabin. The steering wheel is a fixed hub design with rotating controls, similar to what you'd find in a modern Formula One car, giving you access to essential functions without taking your hands off the wheel during spirited driving. Every switch, every dial, every surface is crafted from premium materials including machined aluminum, crystal glass, and the finest leather available anywhere in the world. The seats are sculpted to hold you perfectly during high-speed cornering while remaining comfortable, enough for long-distance grand touring, because Bugatti knows their customers actually drive these cars rather than keeping them locked in climate-controlled garages. This isn't just luxury for luxury's sake. It's automotive haute couture, where every detail is considered, and every material is selected for both beauty and function. The craftsmanship on display makes even the most expensive luxury sedans look mass-produced by comparison. With stitching so precise you need a magnifying glass to see any imperfections. The attention to detail extends to things you might never notice, like the perfectly matched grain patterns in the leather or the way the aluminum switchgear has been weighted to provide the perfect tactile feedback when you operate it. The hybrid system isn't just about raw power and headline-grabbing numbers. It's about efficiency and versatility too, which might seem strange to talk about in a multi-million-dollar hypercar. The Tourbillon can run on electric power alone for short distances, making it surprisingly practical for a hypercar, allowing you to silently cruise through residential neighborhoods or navigate city traffic without waking the entire block. 2 electric motors power the front axle, while a third assists the rear, creating an all-wheel drive system that can vector torque with incredible precision, sending power exactly where it's needed for maximum grip and agility. Sound is something Bugatti takes incredibly seriously, understanding that the auditory experience is just as important as the visual drama. And the Tourbillon delivers an auditory experience that's simply unforgettable. That naturally, aspirated V16 produces a symphony that rises in pitch as it climbs toward its stratospheric 9,000 RPM redline, creating a crescendo that will give you goosebumps every single time. Without turbochargers muffling the sound and smoothing out the character, you get the pure, unfiltered roar of 16 cylinders working in perfect harmony, each one contributing to a mechanical orchestra that sounds like nothing else on Earth. The engine note changes character as it climbs through the rev range, starting with a deep, authoritative rumble at low RPMs and transforming into a high-pitched scream that would make a Formula One car jealous. The exhaust system was tuned, not just for performance, but for maximum emotional impact, with engineers spending countless hours adjusting pipe lengths, diameters, and resonator designs to create the perfect sound. It's a sound that will wake up everyone in a 5-mile radius, a sound that announces your arrival with authority, a sound that represents everything pure and visceral about internal combustion engines before they, potentially, disappear forever. Production numbers are predictably exclusive because Bugatti has never been about volume. They're about creating the absolute pinnacle of automotive achievement. For a select few, Bugatti plans to build just 250 examples of the Tourbillon over the course of several years, ensuring that this will remain one of the rarest and most sought-after cars on the planet for generations to come. Each one will be meticulously handcrafted at Bugatti's legendary atelier in Molsheim, France, the same facility where skilled artisans spend hundreds of hours on every single vehicle, ensuring that each one meets the impossible standards that the Bugatti name demands. When you buy a Tourbillon, you're not just buying a car off a production line, you're commissioning a piece of automotive art, specifying every detail to your exact preferences and watching as craftspeople bring your vision to life. The build process takes months, with each car receiving individual attention from specialists who have dedicated their careers to perfecting their particular craft, whether that's painting or final assembly. Customization options are virtually limitless through Bugatti's Sur Mesure program, allowing customers to specify everything from unique paint colors to bespoke interior materials, meaning no two tourbillons will be exactly alike. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room that we can't ignore. The price tag that puts the Tourbillon into the stratosphere of automotive exclusivity. The Bugatti Tourbillon starts at approximately 3.8 million euros, which translates to roughly $4 million before taxes, destination charges, and any customization whatsoever. This means the Tourbillon doesn't just go fast in a straight line like some overpowered drag racer. It attacks corners with the agility and poise of a car half its size. Rotating on its axis with supernatural precision, the electric motors provide instant torque to fill in any gaps in the power delivery, ensuring there's never a moment when you're waiting for power to arrive. The battery pack is relatively small compared to full electric vehicles, but it's perfectly sized for its role as a performance enhancer rather than the primary power source. And it can be recharged quickly using the onboard charging system. Bugatti has also focused heavily on weight savings despite the complexity of the hybrid powertrain, because they know that adding weight is the enemy of performance in every measurable way. The entire structure utilizes advanced carbon fiber composites that are stronger and lighter than anything Bugatti has used before, with the monocoque tub providing incredible rigidity, weighing remarkably little. Many components throughout the car are 3D printed using advanced metal alloys, allowing the engineers to achieve shapes and weight targets that traditional manufacturing methods like casting or forging simply couldn't match. The suspension components, the brake calipers, even some of the interior fixtures are produced using additive manufacturing, each one optimized by computer algorithms to remove every unnecessary gram. The result is a hypercar that's remarkably light considering its complexity. With every system and component contributing to the overall weight budget, every gram matters when you're chasing ultimate performance. And Bugatti's engineers clearly obsessed over every detail, holding meetings to debate whether they could save 5 or 10 grams on a single component. The aerodynamics are absolutely next level, representing some of the most advanced computational fluid dynamics work ever applied to a road car. The Tourbillon features an active rear wing that adjusts based on speed, driving mode, and braking force, optimizing for either maximum downforce when you need stability or minimum drag when you're chasing top speed. The underbody is completely flat with precisely engineered diffusers that manage airflow with surgical precision, accelerating the air underneath the car to create a low-pressure zone that literally sucks the car to the road. Even the wheel design contributes to aerodynamic efficiency while still looking absolutely stunning, with each spoke shaped to manage airflow and reduce turbulence around the brakes. Front splitters, side skirts, and carefully sculpted surfaces work together to guide air exactly where Bugatti wants it, whether that's cooling the brakes, feeding the engine, or generating downforce. This is a car that's been wind tunnel tested to within an inch of its life, with thousands of hours spent optimizing every surface. The Tourbillon represents a pivotal moment in automotive history that will look back on with reverence for decades to come. It's a bridge between the combustion era that defined automobiles for over a century and the electric future that's rapidly approaching. A car that refuses to compromise on emotion or engagement, while embracing new technology that makes it more capable than ever. In a world increasingly dominated by silent electric vehicles that prioritize efficiency over excitement, Bugatti has created something that reminds us why we fell in love with cars in the first place. Why we stayed up late as kids with posters on our walls dreaming about machines like this. The drama, the sound, the mechanical complexity, the craftsmanship. It's all here in abundance, packaged in a way that feels both timeless and cutting-edge simultaneously. This is Bugatti saying that the future doesn't have to be boring, that we can have our cake and eat it too, combining electrification with the soul of a naturally aspirated engine. Future generations will look at the Tourbillon as the high watermark of an era, the last hurrah before everything went fully electric. A machine that captured the absolute peak of what's possible when human creativity, engineering excellence, and unlimited resources come together to create something truly extraordinary. So there you have it, the Bugatti Tourbillon in all its mind-blowing glory. A hypercar that represents the absolute peak of what's possible when engineering meets artistry. This is automotive engineering and artistry at its absolute zenith. A car that will be talked about, studied, and celebrated for generations to come by enthusiasts, collectors, and historians alike. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most significant hypercars ever created, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to bring you more incredible content like this. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about the Tourbillon. Would you take this over a Chiron? Do you think the hybrid system is genius or unnecessary? And is that $4 million starting price justified for what you're getting? I want to hear your thoughts. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out when we cover the next automotive masterpiece. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.